is 4:45 in the morning. It is Monday, February 6th. I am up now because I've been up since midnight, essentially, like a bit after midnight. Yesterday, Sunday, February the 5th, I was like running on no sleep from the day before. And yesterday was a good day, like very good day. My church, we had our first service in our new location. And it was beautiful, like it was packed. And then after service, I got to fellowship with like some people from church, like some of them that I was already close with, and then some were like my first time connecting with them. And it was just really beautiful. And I don't remember what time I actually like got home, but I do remember like the bus heading home. I actually dozed off because like sleep deprivation was hitting me, and I actually missed my stop. So I had to like get off of like wherever I was and like walk back to my house, which like luckily wasn't that far. But yeah, I didn't cook dinner for myself. I did eat yesterday, like when I was hanging out with people from my church, we did go out to eat. So I had like one meal yesterday. And I meant to cook dinner for myself when I got home, but I didn't. I was just too tired. And I had makeup on. I like washed the makeup off my face. I meant to do some type of work, but I was just, I went to sleep. And yeah, I've been up since midnight. And I just had a moment to myself just now that more so about grief. Like, I've gone through a lot of different types of grief, which is not fun. I've lost people, like physically, that is like they're not here anymore. I lost my grandmother. I lost my mom. I lost my dad. Funny enough, I have a picture that I actually made. The marathon continues. I made this so long ago, but the butterfly represents my dad, the rose my grandmother, and the bee my mom. The bee I put for my mom because my mother's name was Beatrice, and her nickname was Bee, so I put her as a bee. Butterflies I put as butterflies because I just always associated butterflies with my dad, and I made it blue because it was his favorite color. And then rose for Ruth. Ruth was my grandmother's name. And then the dates on the side of like when they were born and when they passed away. April 6th to March 9th was my mom. That is my grandmother, and that is my father's dates. And this picture I actually got tattooed on my arm. I could put a picture of that like somewhere over here, like the tattoo I have on my arm that I got in like memoriam of them. So yeah, I've lost people in my life. And even more beyond that, I lost a brother of mine passed away. He was also an abuser of mine, and I didn't attend his funeral. I lost a baby cousin. I think it's been about a year since she's passed away. I'm not too sure. She had cancer, unfortunately, and she passed away. And most recently, I lost an uncle of mine, Uncle Wes. Yeah, so I've lost quite a few people in my life physically, and I've lost people in my life that are still alive, but they're just not present in my life anymore. A lot of them being family, and I have cut them off for many different reasons. I'll probably talk about that in another video. I have lost people that I used to be friends with, used to be super close with, and I'm not anymore. Still love them. I have no hate towards them. They're just not present in my life anymore, but I always wish the best for them and whatever they're doing and whatever's happening in their life right now. And I've lost a lot of things about myself too, physically, spiritually. I'm trying not to cry again. Emotionally. Because I don't think it's talked about enough when you lose certain parts of yourself. And those parts of yourself, like 9 times out of 10, you're not able to get back. And now you have to be in this like literal fight for your life to rebuild something new of what was once in that empty void. It is so hard. And I plan on making a video. I don't know when it'll go up. It'll either go before this one that I'm recording now or after this one, of like what it's like after like having a failed suicide attempt. It's been, this month makes 7 months since my last attempt, and it hasn't been easy, and I would be lying if I said that those thoughts still don't cross my mind. If like I have to clarify this, like I don't have a plan. I don't intend on doing anything harming myself in that way, shape, or form. I have to say that. But those thoughts still come in my head. I don't want them to. I don't want them to. They're intrusive thoughts for a reason. Like they intrude. They're rude. I don't want them to. Thoughts of like wanting to take my own life. Thoughts of like wanting to give in to like self-harm. And it's been a really long time since I've self-harmed, and fighting off the urge of wanting to do that every day just gets like harder and harder. And what helps is that I'm not like active that much. Like I just started working out. Like literally I'm gonna work out today because the gym in my building opens at 8 a.m. So I have to wait a few more hours, and I don't have a job, so I'm in my house all the time. I literally leave my house for things for church and to go to the library to use their Wi-Fi to edit videos, upload videos to YouTube and stuff like that. Other than that, I'm in my house alone. And I either just try to keep myself busy with however much energy I have to put into work, or I sleep. Those are the two things I try to do to fight off these thoughts. And then, of course, like prayer and things like that. But yeah, I've lost a lot of parts of myself. And those parts of myself, like, I know I'm probably not gonna get back. And what is it today? Not today, but like yesterday in church, I was talking to one of the other worship team members. Well, he's a musician, a guitarist, and his brother. We were just having like really funny conversation, and the man that's his brother, he was like, oh, like she's way more colorful than you described her to be to me. And I'm like, colorful? And he's like, yeah, like you're just like a very colorful, like bright person. And in that moment, and even till now, I'm like, I'm colorful, like I'm bright, like and it's like, it's crazy because it's like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm trying not to cry, I don't want to cry anymore. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I do bring people like happiness, and I'm pretty sure like when people see me walk into a room, like I make them happy. And it's like, other people feel that and see that when they look at me, but it's like, I don't feel that and see that when I look at myself. And I haven't for a long time. It's like every day I have to give myself this like fake pep talk of like trying to gather up this energy to like just be human, and it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting. It is like, yeah, like I was happy, like how I said, like church, like the service was amazing, like the worship was beautiful, like I got to hang out with really amazing people from my church, and we got to have like really deep, funny conversations, and but then it's like that all goes away when I have to go back behind closed doors and fight this fight that I've been dealing with for so long. It is a fight that a lot of people aren't gonna understand, and that even if they do understand, it's like coming from a place of like empathy and like not having like been there, like been in my shoes, you know. And it's very lonely. It's so lonely. And what is it? On my TikTok, I have a video that I'll post here, where like part of it I shared that it's like I had just ended a long-term relationship I was in, and the way that I feel now when it comes to relationships is not much so like my ex's fault, but it's like I don't know if I'm made to be in a relationship. Cause like I deal with depression, anxiety, BPD. People with BPD are known for having very unstable relationships, just unstable emotions. It's a very difficult thing to live with. And it's like, because the person I was with, we were together for 6 years. And because I didn't get diagnosed with BPD, literally, it was like the height of the pandemic when I got diagnosed with it. So like kind of recent, because my depression and anxiety diagnosis was in 2016. So yeah, it's like, would I want to be in another relationship in the future? Yeah, but it's like I'm hesitant and scared to, because it's like no one can handle me. Well, not even that. I don't want people to have to like deal with someone who has what I have. It's not fair to them. It's just not fair to them. And it's like I don't want to have to be the person to explain like what my diagnosis is, what my symptoms are, like what my treatment plan looks like, what my safety plan is, what type of support I would need, and like things like that. And that's too much energy to exude from myself, and that's too much expectations for me to have to put on whoever would be like my future significant other. And again, it's not fair to them. So I'll be single for a while. And I'm gonna have to live with that, because it's like I'd rather be alone than to have someone suffer or carry the burden of like having to be like my like quote unquote caretaker, like having to have like a loved one, a significant other with a mental illness like mine. But yeah, the start of this year has just been a very interesting one. And like tonight, how I said, it's just a thought of just like, yo, like I'm grieving a lot of things. I'm mainly just grieving old pieces, parts of myself. Or parts of myself that I thought was me, because I feel like I'm just constantly going through an identity crisis. Which is not coincidental, being that I have a personality disorder. Personality is literally part of your identity. So I'm just trying to hold on. Oh my God, I really am just trying to hold on.